This is Amanda, and you're on my art channel watching tonight's video of my 11th segment of my first ever gouache painting of Virginia Beach. And where I left off my last video, I was doing the details here, and I really like them. I'm getting the shoreline more completed, and it's looking great. And then I wanted to redo some of the brown. And when I say let it dry before you put on another layer, let it dry completely, overnight if you have to, because then you run the risk of doing this. And I have this huge blotch that I have to contend with now, and it's blotchy, that's blotchy, and so I made a list of the things that I want to work on. I studied this for a little bit, and I wrote out some notes. And so one goal I would like to do today is to add some brown, try to fix this, and try to get it as close to finished as I can. It might not happen, it might happen, I don't know. But this blotch is really, really ugly. And then I've been working so much up here that this brown is much more opaque and much thicker than the brown down here. And I have to make this the same as up here. And when I do paintings, I like the base to be more solid. It gives a good feeling of being grounded. See, like the sky is nice and sheer. The clouds will be thicker because they have more water in them, so they are thicker. And then this will be thick, opaque paint to make it feel more stable, sort of. And while I'm doing this brown, one of my other goals is to do some of this bottom right section of adding in some darks and lights. But if I don't do that today, and if I just do this brown, that's fine. And then I will do my first sky layer because I have to. It'll really be a breakthrough if I can just get down the first layer of that. And if I have time in this video, I might start the white wave, just branching off from where I've started. Where I have these details, I know that I can go a little bit over from here and this line here. Straight over, I have here. So I could start doing that, but I'm scared to do it. And I wanted to research about white paint because I have titanium white. And it's been giving me a nice color, but it's more of a beige white. It's a warmer white, and for this part, it's cool because this is like a warmer white section, but for the waves, I want them to be a cooler hued white. And I looked on Amazon for white gouache paint just to look and see if anyone had any tips or anything, and someone actually answered my question for me. They said that zinc white is cooler, so I will need to buy a zinc white to do the wave here. And I wanted to share that with you. And also, I read an article about gouache paint, and the darks dry lighter and the lights dry darker. In my last video, I couldn't remember how exactly that worked, but so I found that out for you. So it can be tricky to work with, but it's kind of magical. I really like it. I'm really enjoying this. And also, I deepened up this color back here just to make it more of like the brown color, sort of. And then I'll go in here and do that too before I do the white. And then I will add some of the highlights back in, but I wanted to make it darker first. So I have daffodils, and I have a candle, and I have water, fresh water here, and I have a new plastic lid to use as a palette. So I will get started right now doing the brown, trying to fix this monstrosity. And I need to get as far as I can because I have a bunch of other ideas, but I took a screenshot of this thing I saw on Facebook, and it's like 10 ways to be Zen. And the first one is to do one thing at a time and slowly, but until you complete it before moving on to a bunch of other projects. So I'll do that. And the more I work on it, the more I observe, like this line here is not a straight line, it's actually more brown and broken. So I'll get to that one step at a time. Something helpful, the article I read said, you know, when you put a layer down, just do your brush stroke and leave it, because then you run the risk of, you know, doing these things that I've done. And lifting up a bunch of layers. Oh, I'm doing it again. Oh yeah, this is such tricky paint. And the article said that the more opaque it gets, the harder it becomes to control. Yeah. But I still enjoy it. And this is just, you know, a like $15 set of gouache paint from Amazon. I'm sure if you get a more expensive set, it might be higher quality, it might perform differently. I don't know. Probably though. I just wanted to get it to try it out. I like to try new mediums or media. One stroke and leave it And welcome to my new subscribers. I saw that I had some new subscribers today in my notifications. It's like, it's really, makes me happy. It's like Christmas every time, and you know, I get some of you leave really, really nice comments, and when I check my email in the morning, I've seen some of these comments, and it's like the first thing I wake up to is someone like being really, really nice, and you know, it's really great. So you flatter me, and I'm honored to have you in my life in some way. I'm really shy, so I enjoy it. It's fun. And then for this, everything is horizontal, pretty much, that I can see. It's the angle of it. And then this line, I do know that this goes pretty straight. And it forms the base of this white section. So I'm slowly getting there. It is scary to do some of these things. But like Nike, you just have to just do it and jump in. This paint would probably be cool to work with in summer here in Las Vegas because it, if you need the layers to dry before putting another one on, the article I read said that if you don't like that, move to Seattle to keep it from drying too fast. It was like a silly joke. Aww. And I think I've covered everything. I don't want to pick it back up. And that splotch freaked me out when I did it. I was like, no, no. I don't want to get too brown, too warm, so I'll add a little more green. So the brown has a bit of red in it, and when you mix red and green, they are complementary colors, so it will dull it and make like a more of a brown. So adding the green takes a bit of the warmth out of the brown and gives it like this color here. And then I know I'll probably go back up in here in another session like tomorrow. It's past midnight. It's 12:30 here. So 12:30 a.m. Yeah. So I just wanted to come on and make at least one video today and make some progress because I feel like I'm getting good momentum. And you guys are so encouraging, so I just want to show you all this cool stuff. And I'm going to start making cooking videos. Everything I know how to do, I'm going to share with you guys because I know how to do a lot of stuff, and I think I can help to show you cool things in my life. Maybe if I dab it gently, it won't pick up too much. I keep doing this section with just brown, and I need to stop. Well, I think that's good for now. I'm just going to be patient and let it dry. And then tomorrow I can add more to it. The dotting motion going like this is really great for getting it how it looks here, I think. It's super windy outside, so I love it. I love when it's windy. I get really cozy feeling. Bring that up a bit. Yeah, notice above this white section here, it's really dark, so I'm gonna darken this section up a little bit right now, and it's more of the green than the brown, so I'll add some more green and just subtly. Slowly build up the color. Downward angle. Slightly. Fix it there. Thumbs up. Painting waves like this it was always so stressful, but then when you just kind of like do it randomly, it's really freeing and it comes out really nice. That's really brown though, huh? I know how I'll fix it though, so it's okay. a little wild there for a minute. Alright, if I get back on track here, instead of doing random stuff that I haven't really planned, I will get back to my goals that I have set out to do, which are the sky layer, which I'm going to do now. Oh, what is that? No, what is that? I don't know what this is, and it's right in the middle. Right in the middle! No, it's gonna be stressful. This is why all my clothes have paint on them. Stuff like this. Okay, one sky layer. I'm gonna do that and work upside down. I can use a little bit of this color that's already here, so it'll look good. And it's a grayish blue with a little bit of the greeny browny color in it. And so I'll put out some of this white. Can you see how it's like a yellowish white? That's the titanium white. But hopefully if I buy the zinc white, it'll be the cooler tone. Maybe I'll use a new blue for this. I was using Ultramarine Blue, which is, as you can tell, a very pure, bright, like Pepsi blue, royal blue. It's very, very pretty. It's one of my favorite blues because I just think it's so pure. Prussian blue, depending on the brand, it varies. It's depending on the brand. It's different shades of navy. Some of them have like a greenish tint. I don't like Prussian blue at all, so I try to not use it. This is cobalt blue, but it's a little different from the cobalts I'm used to seeing, but I think this will be a nice color to use. For that, you can set it, do a little test. Yeah. And I don't want to use black, I think. I think I just want to use brown for the clouds. Let's see, what other blues do I have? Cerulean blue. It's like a tealish. It's not very bright. I'm picky with my blue colors. I only like certain ones. Okay, cloud layer. Okay, all right. Cloud layer. Actually, this dirty Prussian blue, dirty color. Maybe it's the right one. And if you have trouble deciphering what kind of color, what kind of shade something is, like this, you can't really tell what kind of color the color blue it is, you can add some white to it. I just don't like that blue for some reason. I don't know why. But that's okay. And since I'm working upside down, I'll put my picture upside down. And I'm gonna probably just do a 1/2 inch across and a 1/2 solid inch across and let it dry, and maybe bring it down a bit here, but I want to leave more room. I don't want to go all the way down on the first layer, because if I mess it up, then this part, which I think is perfect, will be ruined, and I don't want to ruin it. Put the caps back on your paints, and they get all over the carpet, and then you have blue and yellow carpet. Oh no, that's too much brown. And this is a good brown, so I'm going to put some of it back. You can like bend it, suction it back in there. Bloop. "33 minutes, okay, that's cool." More blue. All the blue? Let's put all the blue in there maybe. That looks pretty close, right? Small amount of white. I don't want to go too dark on the first layer, just so I have room to work with. Okay, so I'm going to start where it is the darkest, which is over here. And I'm going to do one line there. Wind patchy on me. No, don't be patchy. This is terrifying. My goodness. This is so terrifying. Painting, it's like, oh my gosh. So far, so good. Something else that may seem like common knowledge, but it is not always so common. There can be a tendency to not want to use enough paint. And you saw what I was just doing. I was just dry brushing, and yeah, I was blending. But often people don't mix up enough color, for one. And then for two, I think some people just are naturally like not stingy, but like you just want to try to keep working with nothing on your brush, and you have to pick up more paint. I don't know why that is, but it's not something just something I do. I think I read about it too, in terms of like doing that. So. And there's a technique called dry brushing where you just dip the paint, or a dry brush, dry brushing, dry, dry brush into the paint, and then you kind of scumble. That's the name of the motion technique. It's called scumbling. And you can do that to create like sandy patches or bushes. You can use it for a lot of things. But me, for my own painting, you can use the dry brushing technique to create waves. But if I'm doing a watery subject, I'm really not I'm really not going to use a dry brush technique for a water subject. Like, I just like to keep things sort of matching, just for my own mental notes. extremely patchy. Patchy and hard to manage, so yeah, but it's okay. I like the layer I put down. Now I'm just trying to make it as seamless as possible. But I'm having a hard time telling what is darker paint and what's paint that's not dry yet. So, but I think it's a very good layer, a very good first layer. Very happy with that. It was very nerve-wracking. There's a little bit of this color up here. This is not the brush for it though. I can't make it the right brush either. Is that line just going to be there now? Gross. I need to stop before I ruin this, and knowing when to stop is really important. So I think I'm at my time anyway, so thank you, and I hope you found this educational and somewhat entertaining at the least, and I thank you for watching. Thank you for subscribing to my channel. I really appreciate it, and yeah, I'll be back making videos tomorrow. So good night.